Hey everyone, how's it going? We are here with Move Strong Visalia with Central Valley MAT. I've got Michael here. Michael, thank you so much for this brand new segment that you're bringing to the community. I'm super excited to get started. We're going to be learning lots of stuff. I'm going to let you take this over. This is your thing here, and I want to know what we're doing today.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, today's going to be the first of an 8-part series, and in each of these series we are going to simply understand what a part of the body does, what happens when it doesn't do it well, and then we're going to get an opportunity to visually see that, what it looks like when we do muscle activation techniques and get these muscles to work better. And then last, we're going to give an opportunity for you to take stuff home so you can start to do exercises and movements and things that can help to bring better function back to the area of the body that we're spotlighting on. So yeah, simply let's do it. Let's see what's going on. So we're going to start today with the feet. So we're going to, it's going to be 8 different parts, but we're going to start with the thing that touches the floor, your feet, right? And so there's a whole lot of things that the foot can do. There's over 20 muscles and 20 bones in the foot alone. So there's like a whole lot compacted into this little area. And so when I say the foot too, I'm actually talking about your foot, your ankle, and all this stuff pretty much up to your knee, because everything that moves this is all connected in here too. So we're gonna say like the foot and the ankle is what we're gonna be talking about.
Okay.
And we're gonna take a look first at the 4 main motions of the foot and ankle.
Okay.
So there are like 10 different things that it can do, but we're gonna look at the first 4, which are the foundation for everything else. And so simply what those 4 things are is, if you were to point your foot down, point your foot up, you can rotate your foot in, and you can rotate your foot out. So those are the 4 main motions of what your foot and ankle does. And so what we are going to do here in a minute is we'll have Vanessa, we're gonna have her lay down, and we're gonna look and see, does one side of her body do that better than the other side, or vice versa? Does it not do something as well? Because if so, it may indicate to us that there are some muscles that are involved in that motion that aren't doing their jobs well. Okay, so, and I just wanna quickly bring us to the understanding, or bring an awareness to the understanding that if something doesn't work well down here, it is going to and has a potential to affect everything else up the chain. And that's why we're starting with the feet, because if we're struggling to do something here, it can cause issues all the way up. And so just thinking about back to those 4 motions, if you struggle to rotate your foot in or out, it could put a whole lot of, we'll say, rough or unnecessary forces through your knee. So a lot of people that struggle with like knee pain or tightness, or just mentioning it's just age, I'm getting older, and my favorite joke is, well, how old's the other knee? That if you can't rotate well, that you may end up feeling it here. You may also feel it in your hip or your back, because again, if that can't do it well, your body's gonna try to figure out somewhere else along the chain to make up for that. And so that's going to be a really important component to this, is the area that we're focusing on is a lot of the times not necessarily the area that is causing the pain that you're feeling, right?
It's wherever you're overcompensating.
Yeah, exactly. Compensating. Yeah. And that analogy of people at work, it's the ones that are still working. Your job for you. Yeah, exactly. So today, again, we'll look at those 4, but just wanting to let you know that if they struggle in anywhere, a lot of times you will feel it in your knee or your hip, and then sometimes your back. So yeah, let's start, or all of it, depending how long you've been, in this case, driving the car that is your body. The more miles you drive with a steering wheel that doesn't work well, the more beating you're gonna take,
Ignoring the facts that you need a tune-up.
Yeah, no pain, no gain though, right?
That's right.
No. Let's do it. Okay, so let's go ahead and, let's get started. So now we are gonna check those 4 motions, and this is gonna be something that you can explore on your own. So one of the best places to do this is laying on your back, if that's a thing that you can do comfortably. And we're gonna look at that motion of pointing your foot down. And so you're really just thinking about this whole thing points down, and then it can also point up or towards you. So those are the first two motions you can explore. And whenever I'm having somebody do that, you just kind of feel, what does it feel like? Is there any tightness? Is there any discomfort? Does it feel heavy? And then you say, okay, let's check on the other side and do those same motions, pointing down and pointing up and pointing down, and just exploring that and saying, does one side feel different? Now, before I point this out,
do you want me to say?
Do you feel anything
Yeah,
different?
for sure. So on this one, I definitely feel it so much tighter back here, like
Okay.
behind my knee area. On this one, not as much. Like
Okay.
when I'm going up, like I can very, very much feel the pull.
Yeah,
on that one.
And so you're going to be able to actually see what I'm talking about when I mentioned that a limit in one motion can cause tightness or areas in the knee. And so the pulling of her toe up, we'll say on this side, which was the one that you did not feel it.
Right.
If I had like this side angle of if this was perpendicular to the ground, her whole ankle gets a little bit past that. So it's actually passing that. And then if I asked you to do it on this side, it doesn't quite get as much. This doesn't quite get as far as this side does. So it's actually harder for her, and I can see it when she does both at the same time. It is harder for her to create this motion this motion with her foot and ankle. And so what she's noticing as this pain and tightness behind her knee is saying, hey, we can't keep doing our job going that way, and so we're going to tighten up to not let you go any farther. So that's just one example. So again, explore that first, pointing down, pointing up, pointing down, and you could do it one side, the other side, making sure we're not getting any motion at the knee. And then the second, well, those are the first two. The third and fourth motions that we're going to look at is you're going to bend a knee. So I'm going to have you bend right here, and you're going to pretend that like the bottom of your foot is a little broom, and you want to keep your knee here, and you're just going to sweep the ground or the table and just try to create this motion with your ankle. So I'll guide the first one so you can feel that. It's going to look like this. Whoop. And then back to the start. Whoop. So it's almost like this little pinky toe is brushing the table. So that's one motion right there. So this is her ankle and foot's ability to rotate in. And then if we compared that to the other side and asked her to do it here, did you see how this whole thing just moved out there? Yeah, so typically so she's trying to create the same motion. And while there's not a whole lot of motion in the foot to start with, this one isn't moving as far, but we can see that also you tried to like push your knee out to get more motion. So we found two limitations in motion, and then the third one would just be going the other way, going and brushing that way. Yep, and just creating that motion. It's not going to be a lot, but your ankle's just rotating out and trying to keep the knee still. And then we'll switch the other side, and you'll do the same thing, brush out. Those two look pretty similar. So now out of those four motions, we had point down, point up, and then bending, we had sweep in, sweep out. And we found that there were two things that worked a little bit differently. And so again, that is something that you can explore on your own, of that pointing down, pointing up, rotating in, rotating out, and just seeing, does anything feel more difficult? Is there discomfort? Is there tightness? And all three of those could indicate that muscles aren't doing their job as well on that side that move you into that motion. And then we're going to see next what we're going to be able to do to start improving that. So we found two limitations in the motions in the foot, and I mentioned that there are going to be exercises that you can do on your own to start making those better. And we can think about that as like a reboot of your computer, where nothing's actually changing with the computer, but things may run a little bit faster. What we're going to do, tune up.
The tune-up.
And here, what we are going to do is muscle activation techniques. And so we are going to actually improve the system. So like upgrading your software, your hardware, where now the machine is actually improved and can work better. So at home, what I'm going to give you will be the reset, the reboot. What you're going to see right now is going to be the rebuilding of the computer as well. So we're going to take a look at one of the motions that we found that had a limitation, and you can lay down.
Lay down?
Yep. And what that was the rotating in of the ankle. So go ahead and Vanessa, try to do that on your own. Yeah, do that one more time. So, I mean, it gets like, we'll say maybe like 20-ish degrees. That's not super important, the number itself. But if I asked you to do it on this side, And then do it one more time. She's able to, number one, move it a little bit further, but one thing that I can definitely feel is this side, go ahead and move it, like there's a lot more effort to try to do this thing. Yeah, as she said as well, this just kind of happens and this doesn't. So now what we're gonna do is, there's a belief that there may be some muscles not doing their job. I'm gonna go in there and test to see if the muscles are able to do their job. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. So Vanessa, I'm gonna have you relax. I'm gonna move you into a position. And when I get you into this position, I'm gonna ask you to lightly push the inside of your foot towards your calf, and my hand will be right there. And then you're gonna continue to lightly push for about 3 seconds, okay? So just relax as I set you up. Stay relaxed. Then go ahead and lightly push for 3, 2, 1, and relax. I'm gonna ask you to do that one more time. Go ahead and push. 3, 2, 1, and relax. So it may be hard to see, but as she's pushing and trying to hold, her foot's moving, and I'm moving her. And to me, that says her muscles can't actually create a contraction. It can't do it. I felt like I
couldn't even push it lightly, like on literally, like I'm like, am I even pushing it? Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So there's this inability to do the thing and then to sustain doing that thing, which in my world means the muscle can't do its job well. So now I'm gonna lightly push where these muscles connect into your bones. And in your foot and ankle area, this can be a little bit of a sensitive area. So even though I'm not pushing hard, there can be a little bit tender in here. And that's typically just a sign that there's inflammation in and around this area. And it doesn't feel great to get pushed on all the time. And then we're gonna do the same thing down here. And the reason why is, now that we know the muscle can't really do its job in that specific position, Vanessa's brain, her nervous system, is searching for a solution. It just said, holy moly, I couldn't do my job. If I can't do my job, bad things can happen. And so we're giving her brain, her nervous system, input to come up with a solution. So now I'm gonna do the same exact test. Just stay relaxed as I move you. Go ahead and lightly push for 3, 2, 1, and yeah, just locked right in there, right? So on that one, again, hard to visually see, but what I felt was she was able to push and it didn't move at all. And you could see her head shaking as it was happening in real time.
I was able to actually push it and force it.
Yeah, and be able to hold that, right, the whole time. So we're gonna do one others, because there's 2 teammates that we're gonna test in this motion. And you're gonna think about the exact same thing. You just relax as I set you up. Stay rest, and then go ahead and gently push again for 3, same direction. Yep, 3, 2, and relax 1. So there's another one that didn't work so well, and I'll let you do that one more time. Go ahead and lightly push. 3, 2, and it's moving, right? Same story as before. So Vanessa had 2 teammates or 2 employees that they have a job to do, and neither of them did it very well. So now we're bringing them back and teaching her how to do it better. Yeah, bringing them back to work. I know there's the tenderness.
Those super sore. Yeah.
I tried to prepare you.
Yeah, I felt it a little bit the first one, but this one is super sore.
So yeah, that super soreness again is inflammation typically, and inflammation doesn't like to be touched. Inflammation does have a job though. Its job is to repair damaged tissue, or tissue that's been beat up, muscle tissue. And so typically where we find muscles that are weak or can't do their job, we also find that there's inflammation in and around that area, which doesn't feel good to get pushed on. Relax here, relax here. Go ahead and lightly push again for 3, 2, night and day, 1, relax. Great. So now we brought both of these employees back. And so if I said, all right, let's see how your foot moves again, go ahead and bend your knee. Go ahead and rotate this ankle in. This was the one that worked better. Relax here. Same deal, go ahead and rotate in. Yeah, and now it's moving a little bit more, but the big thing is so hard you're not gonna see it, but the feel of it is that it just happens.
It feels way better,
Yeah, it just happens without you trying to
struggle. There's no struggle to do what you're asking me to do.
Exactly. And so that is just gonna be one motion. We could look at the other one, but I think you got the gist of what is happening where something didn't move as well, so the muscles weren't doing their job as well. And once we know that, we can then start testing, saying, was it the actual muscles that couldn't do their job well? And both of them were weak. They couldn't contract and hold. And then immediately, since her brain is looking for a solution and we give it through different means. And this means we're lightly pushing on where these muscles connect into the bones, because there's lots of nerves around there, gives it positive input. Teaches her how to do this thing in the moment. So she is now stronger in those positions immediately. She could create more strength. And because of that, those things that we talked about earlier, how it can create issues up the chain in your knee and your hip and your back, now there's more support in the foot to help support the things above. So that's the whole goal with going through stuff in the foot, is not just to make the feet feel better, but if we can make sure things are working well here, it's going to help support your knees, your hips, your back, your shoulders, all the way up. And our goal is going to be to go through each one of these body parts every week and give you insights into what it does, what happens when it doesn't do it well, things you can do on your own to reset your system, and then what it looks like if you are in a position where you're wanting to rebuild your computer so that way you can do more with muscle activation techniques. Bringing it to a conclusion and all together, we looked at specifically the foot and the ankle, and this is the format we're going to look to do for all the different body parts. And just for today, what can it do, what can't it do, and then an assessment that you can explore on your own. And then specifically with Vanessa, we got to see her limitations and what it looks like to go through muscle activation techniques and bring those employees back. And now's the fun part where we're going to invite you in to be able to do things on your own. We're going to have a program coming out in our next series.
Right.
Well, not next series, next episode.
Yeah.
And we're going to give you the information on how to get into that program. And it's going to allow you to follow along with us every week and be like, wow, what was all that stuff Michael talked about? It'll have the information there as well as the exercises that you can start doing to reset your body. So if you're someone that is like, wow, I've had this discomfort, this tightness, this pain, this popping that has been around for a while, and I've tried some things and I've just gotten to the point where I'm like, it's just old age.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not. And I'm just learning that too, because that's what I literally say. As I don't feel as old as I am unless I'm getting up from sitting down, unless I'm getting up off of the floor, unless I'm getting out of a car. But you're telling me, I'm learning, you don't have to feel that way.
Yeah. There's a lot of things you can start doing to gain autonomy of how you feel, and it's a lot easier than most of the world is going to tell you. And so that's going to be something that, alongside putting Vanessa together, we're going to give you a framework and a program to follow us week by week to do things that you can start to reset and make your body feel better. And if
put you back together too.
Yeah, it puts you back together too. And if you feel like you're in a place where you're wanting to rebuild the computer, you can always find me, Central Valley MAT, here in Visalia, and we can even just have a conversation to see if this would be a good fit for both of us. So stay tuned for the program that is going to come. We're going to give you all those details soon. And then I'm not going anywhere, so if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me and come find me, or whatever you need to do.
Absolutely. Remember, all of you Visalia Talks viewers, free 15-minute session here with Michael, and you're gonna want to use that up. Definitely gonna want to use that up. He can let you know where the things are not working well, and what you can do to get them to work well. A very, very, very special gem that we have right here in our community. So take advantage of that. Give him a call and come and get yourself checked out.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys next week.
You just saw how your feet can change everything up the chain. So now it's time to put it into action. Move Strong Quest is my 8-week online program that takes what we covered today and builds on it one body part at a time. You'll get short guided movement videos, light isometrics to improve mobility and strength, a power up of the week, and a weekly quest to bring those improvements into your real life. You could think of light isometrics like rebooting your Wi-Fi, clearing the signal, while the MAT is like upgrading your hardware and allows everything in your body to just work better. You don't need a gym, and you don't need hours a day. You just need a few minutes and a plan, and I've got both of those ready for you. You can visit centralvalleymat.com/quest or scan the QR code. Week 1 is ready. Let's start rebuilding from the ground up.